Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam from Creative Adventure Tables, bringing you an adventure table recreation. This is not a new table idea at all. This is a recreation. This is me going back into my youth. I first played Dungeons and Dragons Basic, the basic set back in the early to mid '80s, and the first adventure that I played was the one that a lot of people played, the Keep on the Borderlands. Got one of the original modules right here, and it's got it's basically was the Caves of Chaos was a whole bunch of different caves that you could go and adventure through, and there were different monsters in different caves. So there's kobolds in one cave, and goblins in another, and orcs in another, and etc. So on and so forth, and a cult of evil priests in another, etc. But the home base that you worked out of was literally just called the Keep on the Borderlands. It was like an outpost between the civilized world and the wildlands where the Caves of Chaos were located. And so this would be the home base that you would actually just go back to. And of course, there were things to do when you were here. There were shops and barkeeps and armorers, and there was a priest that was there. And if you remember the module correctly, the priest actually was an agent from the Caves of Chaos, and he would offer to go on the adventure with the players. And then sometime at the worst possible moment when they were in the keep, he would strike and he would go on the side of the monsters and try and destroy the players and stuff. So there was all kinds of intrigue and stuff like that going on. And there was a bailiff, and there was a captain of the guard, and all kinds of stuff like that happening in an inn where you could rent a common room or your own private room, and etc. So it was a pretty well detailed, for the time, home base from which to adventure from, and it was designed as an introductory adventure that had lots of tips and tricks for budding game masters or dungeon masters to be able to run the adventure. So it was an indelible memory on my mind, and I think like 1 or 2 million people, or however many people it was that played this, that was their first adventure, so pretty common. And I just decided, what the heck, let me see if I can recreate the keep itself. And of course I'm limited by the size of the table that I have. In this case, I take up pretty much the full 6 foot by 5 foot, 6 foot long by 5 foot wide. And I just recently got some more towers from, they're called the Blue Moon Miniatures is the name of the company that makes these towers. Oh, my archer fell over. These towers are made by, and walls, stuff are made by a company called Blue Moon Miniatures. But there's a website that I got it off, Old Glory Miniatures or something like that. And that sells these, so I picked up a few extra ones. They're not super cheap, but relatively speaking, they're not that bad compared to, unless you're making your own, of course, they're not that bad to some other stuff that I've seen out there price-wise. And they're made out of a hard foam material. These are just the outside walls that I'm talking about. This big wall here, the gateway entry into it, the square towers, and then also there's these rounded towers I have here. And there's also these small little pieces that have, if I can do this without breaking, they got kind of a rounded, they've got a flat side and a rounded side, which is perfect for setting in there. And then you can rotate the wall at any angle, like I did in this side here, which is the way the keep is actually designed. If you open up the module and you look at the line of the keep, it's got that angled wall on the left side. It's not a perfect square for whatever reason. So those rounded corners let you basically do that and angle your walls however you want to. And then the rest of this stuff that's inside is all 3D printed or hard foam from a company named Zitterdes, or like I said, 3D printed for the most part. And paint up, and then the battle mats that I'm using are from WizKids. It's just their Grasslands mat, and I've got 2 of them, and so they fit perfectly when you fit them side by side, laying them this way. They fit perfectly on a 6 foot by 5 foot table. They cover the whole area, so that worked out great for that. And then I'm using Monster Fight Club for my bushes and a couple of small rocks like they're there that are around it. And a couple of trees like this one here, and there's another one I think I've got down on the end. Just a minor amount of stuff on the outside to kind of complete the experience of the keep on the Borderlands. Doesn't actually have a name. It's just the keep on the Borderlands. So that's basically it. That's what it took for building it. The materials that I put in there, and of course you can always. I highly encourage you can download the PDFs now relatively cheap. I think from probably Drive-Thru RPG or places like that. Or you can buy copies of the module online if you're interested in the keep on the Borderland. And I also have, I think it's Goodman Games. Yeah, Goodman Games made Into the Borderlands, which is basically this hardcover book. This is the first one they did that converted Keep on the Borderlands into 5th edition. And it basically went through a number of the iterations of Keep on the Borderland and add a lot of good content in there. So if you're playing 5th edition, that is something that's really cool to look for. If you're playing an OSR, if you're playing Old School Essentials or Shadow Dark like I am, or anything Karen or anything, any of the old OSR type games, you could probably just run the original module pretty close to the way it is and make what few conversions you need to on the fly. So anyway, that's it. That is my attempt at the Keep on the Borderlands, just to see if I could recreate that nostalgia from the past. If you enjoy the channel and you like what you're hearing and seeing, please like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps out the channel quite a bit. Lets me know what kind of content you guys would prefer to see more of. Please comment and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next adventure. Take care. Bye.